The numbers are already skewed towards a broad-based arrangement. The fact that they won these numbers, or even if they would have gone the other way, nothing would have changed in terms of voting patterns. But the perception really is what is the president is riding on. The fact that all the parliamentary contests at the national level, he and his partner party won, definitely that is what he's basing it on. Bwana Kirwa seems to think that we should at least consider the county assembly contest as well. But in as far as perception is concerned, the president has run away with it. Don't you agree?
You know, they say a win is win, even if the margin is just 1 vote. And I think that's what the president is trying to ride on. That at the end of the day, candidates from his coalition were declared the winners. But when you get more analytical, I think Mheshimiwa Kirwa has put it very well, that there are two things the president needs to consider. You consider what was the position before the by-elections. The position was most of those seats he claims to have taken were in his coalition. So it's like you have something with you already, so you are trying to see how much that thing can go to the other side. And even though they claim to have won, if I were in their side, I would be more concerned about two things. How many seats shifted from our side to the other side? If you take the MCR positions and you take even the parliamentary positions, for the MCR position, they lost big. Because if I have 0 and I get 1 or 2 seats, even if they were 30, it means you have lost, because that seat should have been yours. So in terms of numbers, the question is, if they had 40 seats in total, did they maintain 40? And the answer is no. They lost a number. Like Kirwa says, oh, those Mandeleo, Chapu, UD, DP were all on Kenya Kwanza coalition. So the fact that the leaders left that coalition, went to the other side, and they have managed to take a few seats with them, irrespective of whether they are MP or MCR, the truth of the matter is Kenya Kwanza has lost in numbers. The other critical bit, and I think this word should worry them, the margins. If you look at all those positions, what people got in 2022, in terms of the number of votes casted to their side, percentage-wise, and what has now gone to their side percentage-wise, you realize the differences were so thin for all the positions mostly. If you take Mbeere, we are talking about hundreds. If you talk to Malava, we are talking about 1,000. Look at the 2022 elections. The margins were thousands. So it means your ground is being actually taken away. And I think they need to be more worried, because today is 2025. We still have 1 year plus to go to 2027. And what will happen now is we approach 2027, obvious, the same other side which has lost now will continue claiming more ground. So that's what I'm saying, they need to be more worried. The perception might look good now, but anybody who is analytical will see that they are losing as you approach the general election. And there's something very important Honorable Kirwa has mentioned. In a by-election, all efforts are focused on one small area because the stakes might look high. 2022, the kind of resources they applied in Mbeere, the kind of human resource they applied there, money, and even the security, will not be there for 2022 because it will be a general election. So those askaris we saw there chasing people away, pushing tear gas, all those people who were burning vehicles, and the claim was that they were coming from Nairobi. You saw what Karuma was saying in Homa Bay, that he knows those goons by name and he knows where they have come from. That time there will be nobody to be transported from Nairobi to Homa Bay. It will be Homa Bay people managing their own issues. So I think really analytically, they have minimal to celebrate for now. They should be worried that now our ground is being taken away from us. What do we do? But as you are saying, even if we took all the positions from them, the MP positions, still that matter of majority in the House would have remained. So I see a situation where Parliament will continue being also captured. That position will not change because we have a by-election. At the MCA level, the same, because you know the numbers are only about, in total, about 27 by-elections, and you know the numbers are thousands in MCR. So in that case, then what we call the power balances in the houses might not change much. But really, anybody who's serious needs to be concerned that now as we approach 2027, the margins seem to be, becoming small.
Yes. But it was an opportunity for this administration and the broad-based arrangement to try and test their strength in the methods that they hoped to use. And a lot of criticism has been directed towards that some of the methods, and the two gentlemen say that it will be difficult to replicate the same in 2027. Do you agree with that? That probably, because they've tested it and they know it has worked, that it will be difficult to replicate the same methods they've used, however good or bad?
That's a brilliant question, and I hit that, and I believe that's the crux of the matter. Kenya is a constitutional democracy. In a constitutional democracy, the constitution is very clear. You are supposed to hold free and fair elections by secret ballot. Article 81 lays out the criteria of what is a free and fair elections. Now, the need to ensure that you hold elections in a certain manner is because of what we call the question of legitimacy. That you actually went to an election and you won it. You asked us whether our prediction, my own prediction was the United Opposition would win Mbeere and would win Malava. That did not come out to be. It's not that we did not expect there would be an element of monkey games, an element of corruptions by Kenya Kwanza. What clearly I can say and I underestimated are two things. One, the determinations by Kenya Kwanza to ensure you get those seats by hook or crook. And this is why now you saw the kind of either campaigning on the eve of the elections in Mbeere, even in Malava. You saw the kind of open bribery that was engaged in both areas. During the voting itself, there was open involvement of a lot of security agencies. To an extent, and this is the second point related to that, that we must worry that IEBC was not really in charge when it mattered. Like when violence was meted out on agents in Mbeere, and including to the candidates in Malava, IEBC, even the chairman, you have not heard him come and say anything. Therefore, I would agree with you that if it is okay to win by hook or crook, by any method, then this was, as on a smaller scale, they have tested the method. That, and you see Uganda, and you had an element of Uganda type of elections in Malava, okay? Uganda and Nigeria, elections rigging can get really bad. You know, in Kenya, it has always been something marginal, the rigging that we've always had in Kenya. But the two by-elections, particularly in Malava and Mbeere North, shows that there is a willingness of President William Ruto to go very far to be able to get his wishes. That is the wishes of re-election and the wishes to remain in power. And we have an IEBC